The work we do here is the greatest work that exists, because we're creating conscious humans. Conscious humans change the world. That's the only way to change the world. It's not about changing the outside. It's about all humans taking responsibility. And it's the only way to change. Because there's one conscious mind. It's only through the expansion of consciousness. And it's about changing your world, not the world. Because when you change your world, the world changes for you and for everyone you come into contact with. We spend so much of our lives learning, accumulating information, so we can function in the world. But then we see it's not working. And that's a perfect moment. But it's not about changing the outside. It's about changing us. So we have to let go of that to find our own truths. We have to be with ourselves. It's about finding our own voice, our own essence, our own omniscience, our own love. That's what we're finding here. You're finding it yourselves. You're not changing one idea for another. You're finding it within yourselves. And that's invaluable. Consciousness is everything you've dreamed of. Because once you have that, you have internal security. Once you have internal security, it becomes like a precious jewel. And it's within you. And you want to nurture it so that it flourishes, so it becomes more brilliant, so that that defines you. We're not focused on fixing something, because there's a million things to fix in our heads. All you have to focus on is the love. I'm going to enhance that which is real. And as it grows, everything that's not real just falls away. That's why it works so quickly. There's one focus. Love. So when I enhance the love, everything changes. Everything that comes or everything you perceive, you have to use to become empty. And as you become empty, the vision changes. It's like you take the veil off your eyes. And it takes a lot of courage to do that, because you have to see yourself. Oh yeah, I'm like that. Oh yeah, I'm like that. I see my violence. I see my jealousy. I see my insecurities. I see my immaturity. I see my neediness, but without judgment. So everything we're creating externally is provoking us to know ourselves. What I see, what comes from within, my internal voice, my omniscience, my awakening. And you start to see, oh, it was perfect. Oh, it was perfect. It's making me evolve. It's allowing me to love myself more. It's allowing me to flow more, to grow more, to find more joy, And then my perception starts to be filled with love and appreciation and gratitude and unity. It's a process, and it takes a lot of courage. The people that came here are very brave, because it's easy to keep doing the same rubbish and doing what everyone else does. But deciding to do something different, to take responsibility for your own life, your own happiness, takes extreme courage. And if you can do that, which clearly you can, because you have the tools and you have the support, you will find that freedom. But it's a path, no? It's frightening. Something you've held on to all your life, you know, it's like, oh, yeah, your security. But nothing real can ever be lost. Nothing real can ever be lost. So when we start the system and we start to move our stress, we start to project all our judgments, yes? And then ultimately, we start to see that the judgments are about ourselves. That which I judge is an aspect of myself. But when I liberate all of that energy, when I liberate all of that stress, the judgment starts to diminish. Firstly, it diminishes energetically. And the relationships externally start to change. The majority of our judgments are generated from our childhood. They're things that we believe are true about ourselves. And we see them externally and they annoy us. But as we express, it's vital that you're so present that you, at some moment, you will see, I am that. I am that. That is me. I'm judging myself. And then it starts to disappear. Now, when the judgment disappears, what happens? It's silence. Silence. And then you start to witness. But from a place of internal silence, place of compassion, place of unconditional love. I am that, I am that, I am that. All aspects of myself, of my human experience, and they're no longer affecting. And then down, down, down again.
Abajo, abajo, abajo. De nuevo.
Breathing in.
Inhalamos.
Coming up to the heart.
Subiendo al corazón.
Praise love.
Alabanza al amor.
For this moment.
Por este momento.
In its perfection.
En su perfección.
When we connect with that internal silence, it's so loud and so potent that it becomes the most important thing. And everything external becomes distant even though it's there, the silence is louder. It's so complete. It's so full of love. The silence and the vibration is what sustains us. And that's the unmanifest. And it moves out. Because everything's the same. It's not that there's inside and outside. There's just that. But when we start creating consciousness or experiencing our natural consciousness, we have glimpses of silence. And then we start to have long periods of silence without thought. And the silence becomes loud if you're there in that moment. And then we start to create that silence outside too, even within the noise. It moves in. So that peace is everywhere, all the time, within the chaos. And I call it the roaring silence because it's louder than the noise. It's the most powerful thing there is. That consciousness, the unmanifest, the manifest, all of it's complete, perfection and whole. That space of consciousness is where we need to live. Consciousness in action, in the present moment. Why? Because we can see reality. We can communicate. We can see the beauty of creation, the intrinsities of creation. Every aspect. And we can see it clearly. When we're consciousness in action, we're present in the moment and we see the depth of everything through a completely different lens. Because normally everything's on the surface. We're holding everything in a past moment. We seldom even see the change of season. Because we're not here. We can't hear deeply. We can't see profoundly. Our senses are not heightened. We can't see people. But when you're present in the moment, you can really appreciate everything. And that's when we start to live. When we start to appreciate everything we have. Because we're always chasing what we don't have. And that's spirituality. That's consciousness. That's present moment awareness. It's not something we do on Sunday. It's something we do every day. We stop, connect, anchor in consciousness, move into action, live in praise, love, and gratitude. And that's what we're doing here. We're creating that space so we can express ourselves from that space, that unique space, our unique experience. We're finding the source the source of our creation, you don't become happy through what you do. You take your happiness into what you're doing. It's all the other way around. And you're lucky because you're starting to see that. That's why you came here.
There's a place I go to when no one knows me. It's not lonely, it's a necessary thing. It's a place I made up, find out what I made of. The nights I've stayed up, counting stars and fighting sleep. Let it wash over me, I'm ready to lose my feet. Take me off to the place where one reviews life's mystery. Steady on down the line, lose every sense of time. Take it all in and wake up that small part of me. Day to day I'm blind to see and find how far to go. Everybody got their reason, everybody got their way. We're just catching and releasing what builds up throughout the day. It gets into your body and it flows right through your blood. We can tell each other secrets and remember how to love. Da-da-dum, da-dum, dum, dum. Da-dum, dum, dum. Da-dum, dum. Da-da-dum, da-dum, dum, dum. Da-dum, dum, dum. Da-dum, dum. There's a place I'm going, no one knows me. If I breathe real slowly, let it out and let it in. It can be terrifying to be slowly dying, also clarifying. We end where we begin, so let it wash over me. I'm ready to lose my feet. Take me off to the place where one reveals life's mystery. Steady on down the line, lose every sense of time. Take it all in and wake up that small part of me. Day to day I'm blind to see and find how far to go. Everybody got their reason, everybody got their way. We're just catching and releasing what builds up throughout the day. It gets into your body, flows right through your blood. We can tell each other secrets and remember how to love. Da-da-dum, da-dum, dum, dum. Da-dum, dum, dum. Da-dum, dum. Da-da-dum, da-dum, dum, dum. Da-dum, dum, dum. Da-dum, dum.
You know, my idea is that when you leave here, your suffering is not your definition. What you perceive as your defects is not your definition, nor your successes. That's not your definition. You take the two and you become the definition of your beingness. What am I being? Because neither of those two extremes are defining you. This is the truth of who you are. Consciousness. Consciousness.
Tu lugar es a mi lado, hasta que lo quiera Dios. hoy sabrán cuánto los amo. Cuando por fin seamos dos. Yo nunca estuve tan seguro de amar así sin condición. Mirándote, mi amor, te juro cuidar por siempre nuestra unión. Hoy te prometo, amor eterno, ser para siempre, tú y yo en el bien y en el mal. Hoy te demuestro cuánto te quiero, amándote hasta mi final. Lo mejor que me ha pasado fue verte por primera vez y estar así de mano en mano. Es lo que, amor, siempre soñé. Hoy te prometo, amor eterno, ser para siempre, tú y yo en el bien y en el mal. Y hoy te demuestro cuánto te quiero, amándote hasta mi final. Hoy te prometo, amor eterno, ser para siempre, tú y yo en el bien y en el mal. Y hoy te demuestro cuánto los quiero, amándote hasta mi final. Hoy te prometo, amor eterno, amándote hasta mi final.
So, you've jumped from your head to your heart, and everything's changed. Everything's new. Everything's to be appreciated because you've found value in what's real. You gave 6 months of your lives to transform. Really, really appreciate that because it's phenomenal. I feel privileged to have you here. And the love that I feel for you guys, really, it's so big, so big. And I'm so blessed to be your teacher. Thank you. Thank you.